Hey, what's up? Justin. Do you have those trailers ready? That's done. How are you? I'm doing alright. Do you have those trailers ready? Also, wait, how's the footage? Oh, look at that. Hey, Saints Flow, how are you? Bruh. Made me watch The Last of Us HBO series. Ugh. Sure, do keep a list of, for stuff like this. Yeah. Yeah, I know you do. Just like how who is it? You have, like, just on the side of your computer, easy access pictures of Tatiana Maslany and Jennifer Connelly. You were able to just pull that out of thin air. Yeah. Your secret's safe with me. Yeah, man. So today we're going to play two games. One of the games just came out. It's called Hi-Fi Rush, and it's by Bethesda. I got it on PC, which is pretty good. The Tatiana ones, though. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Before we even get into that, bro, Orphan Black. Okay, so I'm on season 2 of Orphan Black. Justin. Like, every time Felix is like, don't answer that phone. 9 times out of 10 when they answer the phone, it solves the problem. Must have been a cold. A little thrown off by some art, otherwise good. Oh, true. How are you, by the way, Saints Flow? Like, have you been getting better sleep? But yeah, man, it's so funny. I'm here, Orphan Black summoned me. Yeah, hey, I was just sharing with them what I said to you, where it's like, yo, Felix is like, don't answer that phone. It's like once an episode. And usually when they answer the phone, it saves them from whatever the dilemma is. And I'm just like, well, that's convenient. Just every phone call. How did you get my number? It doesn't matter.
Been quiet out here?
I'm up right now, so not really. Sleeping's back to a disaster. I'm so sorry. At least you're here with friends. If anything happens to you, we'll call the Hungarian police, and they'll drive around in their 50s police cars because they refuse to upgrade. I had no interest in Orphan Black from the premise, just Tatiana. That's what got me to watch it. I like Orphan Black. It's pretty good. I like it. Hey, what's up, Igor? So I'll be playing Hi-Fi Rush, which is a brand new game later. I got it on Game Pass. But, yeah, I like Orphan Black. It's pretty good. You know what it is, Justin? You have bad taste. But no. All joking aside, Canadian and British television is just written differently than American television. And, like, I grew up with Canadian television, and this is, like, so Canadian. There's so many, just the way it's filmed, just the actors, it's just like, this is so Canadian. I feel at home. Multiple Tatianas, yes, I know. Sometimes in the same scenes. Finally playing as Buff Lady, yes. You missed the part where I got here. And I was like, oh, look at my arms. But yeah, Igor, I watched the show. I watched the first episode. Oh boy. It's not my thing. But I'm glad people are liking it. I'm glad fans are enjoying it. I'm with my little sisters. Say hi to Brianna, Alexis, and Casey. What's up, Brianna, Alexis, and Casey, in that order? Or we'll do it in alphabetical order. Alexis, Brianna, and Casey, how are you? We have an Audi factory in Hungary, so they actually got some custom Audis recently. Yeah, that's what the police are driving, right? Audis? I don't have bad taste. That's just what got me watching. I like the show. Oh, okay, got you. Oh, you weren't interested. Gotcha. The premise didn't grab you. I get you. I like, Dead Like Me. It's a Canadian show. And I always praise Misfits' first 2 seasons. Great British show. Easily my favorite. Not even joking. Pretty good, right? Oh, no, I don't like it. I don't like the Last of Us show at all. But, I've only seen the first episode. Igor, I love everyone saying it's a faithful adaptation. Okay. I feel like you're projecting things you know about the game onto the show, because I'm watching the show as if I've never played the game. Tell me anything about Joel from the first episode. like, anything. Most of the episode follows everyone but him. And he's just taking orders from people until the very last scene in that show. That hour and 20-minute long episode. And I'm just like, people thought this was accurate? Joel was very opinionated at the beginning of the game, after Sarah dies. And here, it's like, none of that. It's like, first we got 20 minutes with Sarah at the beginning, because we needed that. We really needed that. We definitely needed 20 minutes of Sarah for the beginning of the
down
show.
This way.
I'm very glad they did that.
Okay.
And they developed a character we know is going to die.
The main road to the fob.
The game starts just like that, too. No! A lot of what Joel... And here's the thing. I rewatched the cutscenes just to see if I was crazy. A lot of Joel's personality is portrayed through dialogue that doesn't happen in the show.
Quiet.
I know he works for them, but it's just... His demeanor is completely different. Like, just completely different. Even like Ellie, it's funny. Ellie feels more like some punk teenager than... And like, she was pretty rowdy in the original game, but I guess the way it comes off is a lot more tryhard in the show from Ellie. Orphan Black is weird though, no? Just such a strange show. It's a Canadian show, bro. Our concepts are just like that. Our concepts are just like that. We just come up with weird things, and that's how you know it's Canadian. As I said, Dead Like Me is another one. It's just like, how do you sell this show? And even they had a hard time selling that show. Episode 2 fleshes things a little bit better. Oh, thank you, Igor. I'm so glad I had to wait an hour and 20 minutes through an episode that doesn't flesh Jack Diddley, like diddly squat, so I can get to episode 2 where they actually decide to, you know, do something. Like, this was what I'm talking about, man. 2 episodes of build-up, 1 episode of payoff. Enjoy the show, ladies and gents. What a weeker, you're gonna watch it anyway. Game Joel is a toxic white male because he has things to say and heads to crack. You're violent right away with Joel in the game. In the show, you gotta wait an hour and 20 minutes before he gets violent with anyone. And I'm like, alright. As a matter of fact, I think Tess and Marlene have more to do in the show than Joel does. Like, I said, I'm so tempted to count how many minutes Joel is actually on screen. Because it's really weird. Like, there's like quite a few scenes where it's just like, why are we focusing on this character right now? If the apocalypse comes, beat me. Ellie Williams, probably. Episode plus the first showing of the clickers is awesome. I'm glad they waited till episode 2. That's what I wanted. I wanted to wait an hour and 20 minutes to get to the stuff I really enjoy about the game. I don't know, it's definitely not 100% the same as the game, but still. And the series introduced new concepts that the game doesn't have. Yeah, like 20 minutes of Sarah buying a watch. Wonderful. So glad we fleshed out this character. If you enjoy it, but let's not pretend that some of these decisions were good. Aren't you the guy that literally said you should give a show 3 episodes to impress you? Yeah, that's why I'm gonna keep watching. But I shouldn't be bored for an hour. Also, when I say that, usually the shows are 20 minutes long, Austin. This is 3 episodes in one. Think about that. An hour and 20 minutes, and I have no idea about Joel's personality from this first episode? That's not good. Where in the game, it's established very early on what kind of person he is. Clickers take a while to appear in the game, too. Come on, man. We didn't even see any zombie. We saw 1 zombie in this. Unless you count the one standing on a building at the end. We saw 2 zombies in episode 1. An hour and 20 minutes. Wonderful, wonderful work. Pat yourselves on the back, HBO. Glad you haven't lost your step. I don't know, man. A game that's been heavily inspired by TV shows is turned into a TV show. Yeah, and then they just drag it out even more. I ought to add that I haven't seen the show. No worries, bro. If you have time on your hand, take a look. I'd like to hear your opinion. I'm not even that tired, and I'm seeing blurry adjusting. It's weird. I'm so sorry. First part of Robert chasing is Robert chasing his zombie list too. What? Yes, but Igor, all of that transpires within the first hour of the game. Like, not even. All of that transpires within the first 30 minutes of the game. Then the show's like an hour and 20 minutes long, we haven't even gotten to that. It's like, what? Whoa, what happened? Thanks. Plus, Neil Druckmann directed episode 2. Am I supposed to be happy about that? Didn't he also direct The Last of Us 2? Ah. In the podcast, they talk about how originally episode 1 was 2 episodes, and it was going to end with the 20 years later see Joel dump the body on the fire, and the episode would have ended. 20 years later? He's lead producer, I think, but he didn't make the game by his own. But they're letting him direct an episode? I'm going to throw fuel on the fire and say even Velma at least established the characters in one episode. The show establishes Tess, Marlene, and Ellie pretty well. Right away. They don't waste time with them. But Joel, it's weird, because, like, I know who Joel is because I played the game, but if I didn't play the game, I'm just like, I have no idea who this guy is. He has a daughter. And a brother. And then he gets real violent at the end, because he gets angry. Because it reminds him of something, and I'm like, oh. Where was this for the whole episode? He is, oh wait, I read that. It's like The Hobbit. You ever read The Hobbit? Oh. Probably should have healed. I crafted, but I didn't heal. You ever read The Hobbit? It's a very short book. You ever watch The Hobbit? 3 movies. That's how the show feels. Friend gave me The Hobbit. I'm gonna read it this year. Let me know what you think, Igor. That is hilarious, bro. They have more episodes to flesh out Joel. Marlene ducks and only appears at the end, and Tess dies pretty early on. In the game, look. What I'm saying is they focus a lot on Marlene and Tess in the first episode of this television show that's an hour and 20 minutes long. Is what I'm saying. Where Joel himself, you see how you're saying they have more episodes to do the fleshing out. You'd think they'd at least give us something in the first episode. It's weird that they don't. Like it's really weird that they don't. I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, and I've watched the Hobbit movies. I'm already a Tolkien fan. Yeah, let me know what you think, like, reading the Hobbit as someone who saw the movies first. I'd be curious to hear your take. Someone edited the 3 films into 1 film. Apparently it's better. Because, yeah, what happened? I said this before, man. What happened to media, bro? Stretching everything longer than it needs to be. Everything. Literally everything. We need Japan to save us and make a localized Claymore show? Based on the anime?
Come on, girl.
I like that Marlene is played by the actress, the voice actress. That's pretty cool. I don't have this to argue about. You said it's fine if we enjoy it, and that's all I'm going to listen to. Well, obviously you guys would enjoy it.
Look, we're almost there.
I'm like not surprised you guys like this show. That's the thing. Watching it, I'm like, I'm sure they think this is really good.
Through here.
The Hobbit is a children's book, and there's a German translation that makes it into an even more children's book. Oh, and I love that translation. Between the newer translation and the original, it's my favorite version. That turned into a trilogy. What a laugh. My whole question is like, not even like why. Whose decision was it for things like this? Like, gotta make it long. Long equals good.
I'm running out of ammo.
Like, you usually want to flesh out your protagonist in the first episode. Like, am I crazy? Have I lost my mind? Is that not a rule anymore? Your You're flat out the only person I know in real life or online who doesn't like it. Oh, there's plenty of people online who don't like it. You're just not looking for it. It was Peter Jackson's decision. For the movies? Dude, we could have had Guillermo del Toro direct Hobbit movie, but instead we have 3 Peter Jackson movies. Was Del Toro going to make just a single movie? Was that his plan? There's so much dancing and singing and narrating, they could have made it into a musical, and that might have worked better. For the Hobbit? Like the German Hobbit? Are you serious? They're singing?
We're being attacked.
Del Toro's plan was to make 2 movies. Interesting. See, and that's the thing. Like, didn't he do the same thing with Hellboy, where he's like, there's no Hellboy 3? Oh. Oh, I'm dead.
I'm running out of ammo.
You see, Claymore is basically The Witcher, but with girls. So, so it would sell to just about anyone, despite the actual good writing. Claymore. See, it sounds familiar.
It's our gun.
Can't aim. The dwarf singing, there's plenty of poetry in Lord of the Rings, too.
Fire. All clear. All clear.
I wonder if we'll ever get that.
Let's go before more of those freaks show up.
Has there been a Lord of the Rings musical?
I love you guys.
Again, horrible pacing, by the way. We just saw Ellie kill her last stream, so there are no stakes. Yeah, for this, I know.
Man, you okay?
I'll survive this.
Never do flashbacks and prequels, man. If I had to guess, I'd say it's because Joel plays the protagonist, and he's played by the actor with the highest marquee value. So maybe the creators thought it wasn't necessary to establish the character because he's, you know, Pedro Pascal. Everyone knows Pedro. And everyone already knows Joel's character too, but I think that's a cheap way of doing the show because I'm trying to, like, I'm watching the show on its own merit, not based on a game. Like, I try to separate things like that, adaptations. But this show has not given me anything for its main character. And it's strange to me, because it's like, people are like, this is an accurate representation. Really, this?
We're almost there.
If you watch it, you might remember one of the sisters lost her arm and kept fighting. I probably need to check out Claymore.
Open the gate.
Was the art weird?
Let 'em through.
'Cause, again, it sounds familiar.
What?
There's 2 ways to see the show, as a standalone and as a video game adaptation.
Squeeze this as hard as you can.
And a lot of the people praising it only look at it as a video game adaptation, not the people that are like, a lot of the negative reviews are from people that didn't play the game. That's the thing.
Hey.
They're like, this is
got
boring,
2.
and it's like, people you know who haven't
He's
played
in a
it
gun
love
shop
it.
going to the-
Well, I'm glad your friends enjoy it. I'm glad your friends are sharing the same mindset as you. But yeah, we'll see where this goes. How many episodes is it
Alright,
supposed to be? I remember it being weird. It's just
Almost a
Japanese
couple.
Witcher. Yeah, my friends, also my mom. I see.
Stay.
Come on.
Well, that's
this
good.
way. Sit.
9? Okay, cool. That's not too bad, but.
That was a lot of blood.
And you said, like, some episodes will be over an hour long and some will be 50 minutes? Like, okay. Alright.
She'll be okay.
They already greenlit the 2nd season of the show. Wonder how they'll tackle, you know, this. I know, right?
got here?
Boring might not even be the worst criticism. Some of my favorite movies are boring. They focus their attention elsewhere. The thing is, what they're critiquing about why it's boring is how little, what little is actually done in the first episode. Like,
Thanks again, guys.
it's so strange. Like, also, oh my god, the shaky cam. How come no one's talking about that? Like, there's like 3 steady shots in that whole episode. Everything else is like, the camera's just like this. While characters talking, this is the camera. The entire show. Every single scene. No one's talking about that. Like, what? Get a tripod. That's so 2000s, man. It is, but what's it doing here? Most are under an hour, I think, around 50 or so minutes. Gotcha. I think 4 and 5 are 50, but no other runtime I think are known. God, I hope they just make season 2 the in-between part of 1 and 2, like the flashbacks here with Joel and Ellie. Well, as Justin pointed out, how would you do older Ellie with Bella Ramsey looking the same way she does currently? It wouldn't really make sense. Episode 3 of The Last of Us will be movie length. Oh, God. Did you watch The Rings of Power? No. Full disclosure, Igor, I'm not a huge Tolkien fan. Not because it's bad. It's pretty good, but it's just I'm not really big into fantasy.
What you got for us?
The show has shaky cam. Oh, the entire episode was shaky cam, like the whole thing. And no one who reviews it talks about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, have we just gone blind to like how things are filmed?
Never been this busy.
I don't get it.
Something's going down.
We better find Isaac.
We should make sure Mel's okay first.
And it'll be like literally a conversation between two characters, and the camera will be shaking. Like if it's during action, sure, whatever. That's to give the illusion that you're in that action with the characters. But it's like it's just a conversation they're having, and the camera's just like.
Hey, man.
Abby, heard someone had to
You don't
stay
like
in
Game of Thrones
the
fantasy?
restaurant.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
no. I like urban fantasy, where it's fantasy elements set in modern times. I like that. But when it's done right, because it can be done poorly. And that's just me. By no means am I saying fantasy's bad. It's not bad. It's just not something. Look, Igor. I'm gonna spell it out for you. Black people don't like fantasy. So Bright with Will Smith? Hell no. No, that's an example of it being done poorly. Buffy's it being done well, or Angel. I think Angel's a better example, honestly. Talked about it in the. I don't know. I feel like it adds to the archaic and uneasy feeling during a conversation. Like I don't know, man. That feels like an excuse to not use a tripod. But okay. So it was at least intentional. I didn't mind. Idiot. Oh, Neil Druckmann already said season 2 will just be adapting this game. Wow. He better have no creative input or very little. Let the other writers patch it up. I hope it's a like 1-to-1. They just do the exact same thing as the game and watch all the people praise it anyway. You're like, oh man, you know, I really like the show did a better job, but it'll be exactly the same. But no one wants to be the guy who says, hey, I actually didn't like this. How do we sell an apocalyptic setting? Just have a seizure with the camera. Yeah, literally. It's like every movie does that scenes flow. It's so annoying. Can we not have that, please?
Hey, Abby, some nice work you put in there.
I have some very specific criticisms to throw towards Pedro Pascal. Remember the first episode of The Mandalorian when they took Mando's mask off? If you're expecting a hard, haggard, hungry, I'm speaking metaphorically, face, there's a bloated face of Pedro with this patchy beard. I didn't watch all of The Mandalorian. I liked what I saw. But here's another thing. Not big on sci-fi. Fantasy and sci-fi just aren't really my things. Can't confirm, although I've been getting into fantasy more. That's good. Okay, what's an example of fantasy that you're getting into that you really like right now, Austin? There aren't other writers. It's him and Craig Mazin. Really? There's 2 writers on the show? My wife was laughing out loud, and she was right. About what? Pedro Pascal? I might give up and watch Buffy this year. Arslan's watching it, and I like how he's going through it. He enjoyed season 1, and he's like, I like how it's Power Rangers. And then he's like, I don't like that the last episode's not like Power Rangers. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, bro. The last episode's actually good.
Okay, thanks.
But like the first couple of episodes, they feel like a completely different show. Like I always say, Prophecy Girl's the best episode of season 1. It's the last one. It's episode 12. But it's funny to hear someone be like, I wish it was more like the first couple of episodes. Like, wait, what? Really? You liked that? The cheese? What do you mean? Forspoken is fantasy, and oh yeah, nobody likes it. Forspoken is a fantasy isekai, which I can't think of one off the top of my head that's like, oh, this one's actually good. But I'm sure it's been done well before.
Speak of the devil.
Oof, just like Craig right then. Maybe bring in more people. Forspoken hate is forced. Do you think? I don't know anyone who's played the game, Forspoken. Not really. The issues just keep piling up the more you look into it.
Hey, Mel.
How so?
Relax. You got it.
Hey,
Craig
I need some
Mason
muscle,
wrote
so
most of the show.
you
Neil
two
Druckmann
man
only
some-
has co-writing credits for some and full writing for one
Stay here.
episode. Okay, well that's good. Keep him away from
Relaxing.
season 2. I like that it's one person writing the show. That's actually pretty impressive.
All right.
Or
Have you
or
had
at
a
least
chance
like
to relax?
there's one person spearheading everything. That's usually good in a show because then you get a lot more consistency. If you're on PC, you literally cannot play it regardless of your specs.
The baby's
Are you
vitals
serious?
were elevated, but
You can't play Forspoken on PC? What is this, Batman Arkham
So much
City?
to get
Or
worked on.
Arkham, or what was it, Arkham Knight? The game was just busted.
I need to show you guys something.
Pedro's Mando. Oh, that's what your wife was laughing at? Forspoken is like if Justin Roiland wrote about fantasy. Yeah. Love how everyone's getting mad about Justin Roiland.
Ours.
Saying, like, I've literally seen people, they've sent me funny messages on, like, YouTube comments and stuff, where they're like, you know, I didn't really find him funny. I'm like, I was saying this before it was cool. I was saying this before it was the cool thing to say. Alright? I just want you all to know.
You can't
Like
tell
Larry
me.
David being head writer on Seinfeld season 1 to 7. Yeah.
Not yet.
Right, but MFs love High on Life.
Come here.
Do they? Like, I don't know any people who's even played that game. But then again, I just, you know what it is? No, I'm a little biased here because I don't know gamers. I don't. As I've said, Marcus is the friend I have that plays video games. No one else does.
Holy shit. It's Danny.
Because it's a game, not just humor. Yeah, where Forspoken seems to have butchered the game part and the humor part.
I don't know. A few days back, there were some scar sightings out by the marina.
When do I get
Danny
to
and Owen
punch?
went on a sweep.
Abby want to smash.
This morning, the guards found Danny.
Give me
collapsed
face to
confirmed
punch. I want to punch.
He'd walked himself back with a bullet in his stomach.
Pinches escarcijos de
I
puta.
dig Abby's physique. Her muscles are
Isaac
bigger
talked
than
with
her
him
head.
Until he passed, but
That's pretty dope.
as far as I can tell, there's no units going back that way.
So what about Owen?
What about
Did you ask
Owen?
Isaac what happened?
Yeah, I tried,
Will you tell
but he gave
what
me
happened?
that fucking look, and then he told me to
Yeah,
keep
but the
my
humor
mouth
is all Rick and Morty. LMAO.
shut,
Yeah, it
which means
is.
You can't
I,
say shit.
R&M won't change much. Without Roiland, Dan Harmon did most of the job anyway.
I'm sure he's
Dan Harmon has quite a bit of controversy surrounding him too.
Where is Isaac?
You give it some time.
I'll be discreet.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Last I heard, he was.
I'm sure Red
in the
Letter Media
armies.
will comment on it. They just had him on an episode and showed they had a
I'm
sign
gonna go check up
drawing
on
from him, and this was just before everything came out.
Let me know what you guys.
Oh,
find out.
there'll be a side comment. Beyond that, probably nothing more. Also, guilt by association is crazy. Can't wait to be called a wife beater and transphobe because I like Han Life and Hogwarts Legacy. So no one saw. I only sent this to Saints Flow and Justin, but I will tell the joke here. Someone sent me this joke. It's so dark. Literally, it was a guy who was like, it's Peter and Harry at the dinner table in Spider-Man 3, right? And Peter's like, hey, I just pre-ordered Hogwarts Legacy, Harry. And then Harry's like, Peter, that supports transphobia and anti-Semitism. And Peter responds with, Harry, I already told you I bought it. You don't need to sell it to me again. Like, holy... Peter's evil, bro. All the comments, black suit song intensifies. Oh man. Red Letter Media will comment on what? I love Jay and Mike. I love Jay and Mike too. And Rich. Don't forget Rich Evans. I always feel bad for Rich. They're so mean to him.
He's inside.
Schwartz Abby. Abinator.
Thank you.
The Tiabi 800.
Damn, look who it is.
Yes. Look at my muscles. I lift
Time
things
for a game?
heavier than you.
Can't.
You think you are tough.
Whatever, big
Look at me.
Not my fault. I'm so good at
I
what
am
do.
peak physical human
See
condition.
you around.
You are puny. You are less than a man. You are a boy. Little boy. That is what you are. Okay, so I guess we're creating the Abby character, the counter to Boomer Joel. That sting is so good. It's really good. Very iconic. Very iconic. Sam Raimi's soundtrack for that was amazing. I know he didn't make the soundtrack himself, but the soundtrack for those movies is really good. Is that Danny Elfman? Yes. Oh, it's not Danny Elfman. Who did it for 3? It was Christopher Young did 3. Right. It's different in 3. It's different in 3. I do remember us having that discussion. Danny Elfman did 1 and 2. Rich is the funniest one. You like Rich the most? I like Jay the most. I tend to, of all of them, I tend to agree with Jay the most. And it's funny because like Jay's the horror guy, and I'm like, that's just so perfect. And his name's Jay. His name's Jay. Perfect score in those films. Absolutely, I wouldn't change a darn thing. Okay, there's one song I don't like. Sandman's part in the opening theme doesn't sound like it's the same song. Other than that, amazing all around. Okay, perfect score in those films. Christopher Young did 3. My CPUI is a neural net processor, a learning computer. Was that Jay's Ivan Drago? Oh, Ivan Drago. I will crush my enemies. Either way, I love whoever did the Raimi score. Oh, absolutely. So hey gang, a lot of movies are coming out this year, and a lot of games are coming out this year. As I said, I'll be playing another game after this. We'll be playing Hi-Fi Rush, which is like Bethesda's attempt at being Sunset Overdrive, which looks fun. It looks like a Canadian wannabe anime, which we had so many in the 2000s, and I didn't like those, but we'll see. The game looks fun, at least. I want to know where Abby gets the roids, because the biggest gym girl I know is half her size. No, my father fed me nothing but raw meat. Day in and day out, I wrestled the bear with bare hands. I took its head just like this and clack! I cracked it, all with my own strength. My father looked at me and said, "Good daughter, but not great. You must work harder." This joke is so accurate because Abby literally gets a sidekick later on.
Abby.
Hold up.
We need to go out.
Are you serious?
Isaac's in there.
Jay agrees with Jay? Wow, I know. Jay is like the straight man
Do you know if
among
he'll be
these
long?
banana people. No, okay, kind of.
So to get
Like,
him when you
Mike
arrive.
and Rich... The times Jay's not the straight man is whenever it's like, hey man, this thing was actually pretty... Like, it's weird. When Jay hates something and Rich and Mike love it,
Abby made
that's where you see him start to become, like, not so serious. Like, you see a bit more of him lashing out, and it's kind of funny. It's rare, though. Either way,
Don't let him fall asleep.
Danny Elfman's, is the GOAT. Oh, absolutely. For humor, I think Rich, but overall, couldn't pick a favorite. I'm always mixed on who I agree with. Oh, usually I'm pretty mixed, too. But, like, Jay is the one where he'll say the exact words I'm thinking. And it's like, yeah, like, I like how he articulates things.
You two ran into some trouble.
Like, he's very... I like his demeanor, too.
Some minor injuries. Can't say the same for them.
She's the Liver King's daughter. If you're not Ivan Drago. There, I am Dracula.
Never seen the base this packed.
I don't drink
Day.
water.
Waiting on some units.
I don't drink soda. I drink
What's going
blood.
on, boss?
Psh, bashes the skull. Yeah, she gets a sidekick. Her own John Connor.
Small
Is that Liv, the trans character? Also, spoilers for Orphan Black. There's spoilers for Orphan Black.
Try another
Tatiana
piece
Maslany plays a trans character in a single episode.
before some asshole
Bro.
on their side
Bro,
or our side unravels the whole
her
thing.
acting is amazing. Like she sells it. Lev? Okay, Lev, my bad. Lev.
It has to be all of them.
She sells it, bro. And I was just like,
Sir, we tried attacking
like
the island.
her
Not
voice,
with
like she
this.
changes her voice and everything, and I'm like, yo,
Not
what?
with everyone.
They never come back after the backlash or
Big
mention.
storm.
Really?
Few days
It was
out.
backlash that led to the character
We
being
used to
removed.
mask our approach. You two are gonna
I
lead
liked the
first
character
wave.
though. Tony is the character's name,
Pick your squad.
Just gone? Really? which doesn't make sense given the plot. Why would Tony vanish?
When are he and Danny getting back?
Like seriously, why would they let Tony? Wait, a trans character not played by a trans person?
Nora?
Yep. This was 2014, I believe.
No secrets between the Salt Lake.
That's great, but would prefer trans people playing trans people whenever possible.
Someone okay?
The thing is, the plot of this show is that there's multiple Tatiana Maslanis that went through different life, like different
Shot
life
man.
things, and they're all played by Tatiana. Like that's like the
Apparently
whole selling
protects
point of the
us
show.
far.
It's bullshit.
So
Excuse me.
I see why they would do that, where it's her,
Owen.
but I also
Yeah.
understand why.
see,
You know, sitting on the same boat. Yeah, I also understand why that'd be kind of like, yo, what the f?
Sir, people hear that story.
Honestly, what they should have done,
Owen's dead.
what they should have done is just make the
Anyone who
character
finds him, they'll
like
hunt him down for sport.
not
And I
trans,
suggest y'all
just
stop gossiping about it.
because that's how they.
I'll walk him back in. We'll get.
That's
you
how it
out.
seems at first.
You said yourself. The
Like
storm's
the,
fading.
they could have easily fixed that.
We've only got one shot at this. And this is bigger than any of us. Definitely.
Jay also
bigger
has
than
the best facial hair. Yes, he does. If Mike shaved all of his hair like his 5 o'clock shadow, he'd look weird.
Owen. If he turns up, then fine. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And we'll get to the bottom of it.
I loved you in Bruce Almighty.
I need you, Abby.
Okay,
Yeah.
God. I will help. I'm not someone to like get mad and say put Tatiana's head on a stick. It was a while ago, and I'm sure she knows the importance of trans people on screen, but it is kind of unfortunate. Oh, she's one of the biggest advocates for
plans, go through your
representation, so
roster.
I definitely understand what you mean, dude.
Grab some food.
Bender in Futurama should be played by an actual robot. Well, that's different, because that's not, like, a gender representation. That's, like, a fictional thing we do not have. God, Jeffrey Wright? No. Come on. Look at him.
No way Owen
Morgan
killed
Freeman.
Danny over some scar, right? What?
When I shave my postal goatee, I look like that shady new kid in the
I'll
army
be back by
in every
morning. Just
movie.
gotta cover me till then.
I said we'll kick your ass.
Wow, great point, bro.
Assault.
Really got me. Robot denier.
You heard him. He needs
Well, they're
me.
not here yet.
If Owen's out there, how the hell are you going to find him?
The day robots become
Yeah, we
sentient,
go.
I hope you know we're all gonna, like, we lose. We automatically lose. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, the new kid in the army? Oh, that stereotype. Saints Flow. That's so descriptive. It really is. 3 years earlier. We're going back? We went back, now we're going back.
Seriously?
Flashback in a
Stop.
flashback.
All right. Why don't you come on over and enjoy this view with me then?
Father,
It's great.
in
It's
3
best.
years, you will
Oh.
be shot by a man.
Come on.
You will
You
yell,
made it all the way up here.
Aggie, where are you, Aggie?
On the last 2 steps.
This is the only
Yeah.
recording I have. It will self-destruct in 3
Yo wants
minutes.
to get up here, so.
2.
All right, here's what's gonna happen.
Also, I am.
You're gonna get
Sick,
your
but
ass
hey.
over here.
We're gonna power through.
Sit on the edge. Or you can go down
Robosexual,
here
that's so
on the
descriptive.
kid
Yeah,
seat.
Jay, agreed. I'm really wary of AI
Hello,
advancement,
this
as many
beautiful.
positives as it may have. Oh, we're screwed.
You can't
The
miss
day
it.
robots gain sentience, we're done. Just give up.
Really?
Just give up.
Not even just for
We'll be
one
shooting
shot.
them, and they'll be analyzing how we shoot them, so that the next wave they send can just counteract that. Must be a tough job for whoever gets the Abby job. Like, do they pick a muscular actor, or do they make some young girl take steroids? I'm sure. I don't think she'll be as muscular in the show. Truth be told, I really don't think they'll
Okay.
do that. I have a funny feeling people will like Abby more in the show
Don't.
than they do in the game.
Do not.
Would the narrative
it's
be
too
better
high.
if the game ping ponged between Ellie and Abby, like day 1 Abby and then day 1 Ellie, so on and so forth? You know what would be good?
I don't think I can live like
I said this
you know.
before,
Owen,
Igor.
I
The
seriously
first
break
game,
up with
make it
you.
about Joel.
Owen.
I always loved you.
Second game, you know all those flashbacks with Joel and Ellie, make it about Ellie. Third game, make it about Abby. That's how it should have been done. So you have different narratives, different characters, and then, because here's the rule in cinema, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, the third movie always calls back to the first, alright? So having Abby in the third one, then you can have the flashbacks to the first game, and you're seeing all that perspective in the third one, not the second one, because we just freaking experienced it. Wait a little, you know, if you're gonna do flashbacks, if you must. But Yeah, like, I feel like that would have been a better storytelling device. Because I love the moment when Abby runs into Joel and Tommy. That's actually done very well in this game. I love seeing, you know, characters that the audience knows a lot about already, but then the character we're, you know, seeing,
Down here,
whose
you
perspective we're seeing
asshole.
it from, they don't know these people.
You jumped?
So,
And I missed it?
you know, Joel has his guards up.
drowned.
We're experiencing what it'd be
And you
like
came
to
to
be
my
an
rescue?
outsider when Joel's
No.
there. I love that. That's done
Going to
really
make
well.
Sure you drown.
And then, well, you know.
I found something pretty
John
awesome.
Cena as Abby. Imagine him with the braid. Little ponytail braid at the back.
Follow me to see it.
There's an underground movie that depicts robots taking over. It's called The Matrix. Yeah, it's a little known movie, Igor. Very indie. Very, very indie.
Oh, we have to go
Underappreciated.
back.
Underrated movie.
We will.
Maybe they just don't make her
Once you
super
see it.
muscular. It's not like an integral part of the
Oh,
character. Exactly, that's the
What are
thing.
they gonna
I don't
do?
think they would
Kick
do
out a
it.
bunch of
What
displaced
Austin said.
fireflies who have nowhere else to go?
Same. I also think they will improve
I don't wanna find
Last of
out.
Us 2. I
Just
agree.
Come see this thing.
I feel like they will, Austin. Like, funny.
breath.
I'm more interested in seeing that turn into a TV show because it's one of those good old cases of I don't know what the heck they're gonna do. Because what do you do? You're actually taking a risk. Yeah, the Abby encounter at the beginning is weightless because we don't know who Abby is. Yeah, exactly. So have the third game establish her leading up to that moment. Like, you see what I'm saying, right, Igor? Have us follow her, and then we get her, and then it's Tommy. And they're like, wait a minute, what's going? Like that? It's just basic storytelling, bro. Fuck yeah. It's just basic storytelling. Establish your new character. Have them interact with the characters you're familiar with in an action-oriented segment. Because whenever there's action on screen, that's when the characters are yelling at each other. You know, oh, Tommy, to your left, no, no, no. And then you can see like, oh, can Abby keep up with them? You know, or is Abby like just as good as them? And then it's like, oh, all right, kid, you're not bad. You know, like get a little bit of that. Get a little bit of that.
This place is crazy.
It will be better in the show just
think it's
through condensing.
one of
They
those,
got to shorten the game. You say that, Justin, but that first episode was 1 hour and 20 minutes.
I saw this seal the
Condense
other day.
my behind.
Covered
Well,
in
don't do that.
spots.
But
They don't have spots. They're
if they
brown.
went the alternate universe and Joel
Those
never
are sea
died in the
lions.
show, people would be screaming and flailing with
No,
joy.
you don't know.
I don't think they should do
know
that, but
what I saw.
you're not
with my
wrong.
eyes.
It would immediately plant their reputation on the top. It'd be too easy to do that, though. Instead of like, how about we take the same story beats, but just make them good? Like, you know what I mean? Dude, if the game started with the Abbey Hospital flashback, it would make things a little bit better already. Yeah, I agree. But again, Igor, I still feel that's not how you should open the second game in your series. I still feel like that's a third climactic finale battle. So then when you have Ellie and Abby going at it at the end, it's like, okay, this is the climax. This is the big triumphant moment. And, like, it's weird. This game feels like a third act without the third act. They sprinkled DLC parts of the third act here and there. That's how this game feels.
Hey, give me a hand with this.
No, I don't need your help. Oh, father. You disappoint me, daughter. Have I taught you nothing about lifting? It is all in the legs. I don't want that at all. Joel must die.
What is
Yeah, I
this
agree,
place?
Austin.
Well, clearly this is.
That'd be
sort of
too
theater,
easy.
But for
Last of Us game is 10 hours. Part 2 is 20. They are condensing it. 20. Jeez, really? Holy, are you serious, Justin?
Are
This
you
game's
a
20 hours
booster?
long?
What? I'm a wolf. That's my wolf.
Like,
power.
cutscene only, this game is 20. Bro,
Idiot.
are you serious?
You think this sailboat was part
Holy.
of the show?
20
No,
hours?
Looks like somebody turned this into a makeshift dock or something.
I still don't buy the whole scene where Abby knew exactly who he was based on his name being Joel. Like, nah, dude, he's not gonna be the only Joel on the planet. That, and why would Joel, the guy who's so quick to not tell people anything and keep mind his P's and Q's around anyone other than
Kid's
Ellie and
clothes.
Tommy, just tell who he
Tommy
is
came through.
to a bunch of strangers?
Look at these drawings.
Like, that's the other problem with that scene. The day robots get sentience and we lose. It reminds me of a story that I heard Stephen Hawking said. She did it Terminator style. Did you miss that? She went through the phone book and killed each Joel name by name. Is your name Joel? Yes. I didn't get the
Wonder what
last
happened to
name.
Maybe they joined
His
the
story
wolf.
with scientists built an intelligent
Yeah, or
computer.
got
The first
killed by
question they
stars.
asked is there a
Such
god?
an
The computer said
optimist.
there is now. And bolt of lightning struck the plug so it couldn't be turned off. That sounds sick, bro. What story is that? Like, did Stephen Hawking make that up, or was he referencing something? Everyone needs help with loading doors. It's my one weakness, loading doors. How could I have missed the reference? Abby's party feels like a different game, man. Oh, part. Honestly, I like the Abby part better. That's the thing. Igor. I hate to be that guy, but I agree with you. I feel like whenever Ellie's on screen, like, things are just coming to a halt, so we
Alright.
can have, like,
Enough of this
drama
bump.
and flashbacks. And, like, sure, there's drama and
Wanna go see the
flashbacks
rest
with
of the
Abby,
scene?
but I don't
I
know.
think there's more to see.
I guess I just enjoy seeing a
Let's
new
go.
character that isn't. I don't know. That... oh god, I'm dying. Oh, Jay, how did you like the cold open of episode 1 with the interview? That was fine. I kind of thought it was weird, though, that it's like, here's this interview, and no one's watching it. I kind of thought that, okay, it's not COVID, I know what it is. It's a throat, I don't think it's an infection, but it's something with my throat. Good thing I recorded that new song, which is coming out next Friday. But yeah, I liked it. I just wish it was like zoom out, then you have Sarah watching it or something. Because then the rest of the episode is Sarah noticing things. So then how come it wasn't her just watching the interview? Or was she? Did I just miss that? I thought that was really weird. Here's this interview thing. Why are we seeing this? It's from a John Oliver interview he did. Really? Send me that, Phoenix, please. Okay, fix part 2. Just rewrite it that Abby is the Terminator. Ellie goes back in time to save Joel from her. No, that's part 3, bro. Time
Get
travel.
back there.
By the way, sex is coming up. Sex is coming up? Oh! Oh, you mean in the game? I was about to say, I'm like, I don't know, fam. She's like 30 minutes away. How's she supposed to know her? Oh, you mean, oh. Alright, cool. I thought you was just, you know.
Look at you.
Sex is coming up, but the two characters in this
First
cutscene
time
are
I made
related.
plans yesterday.
What's happening, Austin?
Right.
So, we take a quick look around and then.
We head right
At
back.
some point soon. Okay, thank you.
Except that
I
this is
trust you
nothing, and you're
read
leaving.
the final question by Isaac Izamov.
This way.
Have you ever seen The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy? Loki romance?
Any fishing?
Yeah. Well, I guess that's like self-cessed, though.
I wonder if any of these are connected to the ocean.
It doesn't make it okay. It's still weird.
Oh my god.
Oh. You don't
I've
see
seen it
that every
memed so
day.
many times. Oh, the sex scene? Okay, I'm glad you at least liked that. Yeah, I like the interview. I just wish it was like someone was watching it, because it just feels... It feels like a cheap way to get the audience up to date. It's like, why? It's just exposition. Like, why? Why would you do that? I'm okay with it, though. Like I said, once you get to the 20-minute mark of the show, then it's like, oh, this is awesome.
Tank in the
Okay,
pool.
we're on. The game is on.
Can you imagine
Game
this
on,
place
bro.
Filled with people,
And then
kids laughing.
the rest of the episode's happening, and I'm like, oh.
Different world, right?
Then I get like 50 minutes in. Oh, there's Ellie. I gotta wait a bit. I trust
I'm claiming this place.
LMAO. Loki
mine.
wants Loki. Nah, you need horses for that. Oh, you're speaking
visit.
more on the
Oh, you sure?
actual Norse mythology.
really, actually.
Not self though. They
See,
would
I'm
be
actually
as
looking
related as
first.
siblings.
You're a dick.
But wouldn't they be genetic
Not a great
clones?
start.
Like genetic duplicates, technically? I guess they'd be like twins then? I don't know. I actually laughed in one of the opening scenes of episode 2. Are you serious? So, Phoenix, what do you think of the show? You haven't told me. Like yeah, like twins. Okay. Yeah, twins would be... So, you're right. I get what you're saying. Jay, I found someone who likes Forspoken, and would you believe me? It's the same person who loved the Saints Row reboot. Well, hey, man. There's a new generation of gamers, okay? Let's not pick on them. Alright? It's not their fault they haven't played anything good. Nothing good is out. Yeah, so still incest. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Abby's part gets even better in day 2 with the sidekick. Lev, I believe you. Like, everything I've seen for Abby seems more interesting, unfortunately. You'd hope that Ellie would be going on, like, fun stuff like this. But all the fun stuff Ellie does is in flashbacks with Joel. They said they chose a 1967 show.
Them to break the rules too.
I think I said enough. A 67 show because they thought having it
Let's see
be
how much trouble we're in when
modern
we
day
get
would be
back.
dumb. They canonically spoke about this the day of it happening.
Shut up.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. It feels lazy. It feels lazy because no one's watching it. Like, literally just have Sarah watching it as a tape. Or something. Just something. A character is witnessing this, not just, oh, this is for the audience. That's the only thing I don't like about it. It's like, this doesn't... Okay. Or have Joel watch it, and, like, Tommy's like, oh, you're still watching that stuff, Joel? Like, something. Yeah, also speaks to how we ignore signs of things until they happen. But you could have the one character that doesn't watch it. Have it be the neighbor or something. Like, it's the only thing, because I hate scenes like that in anything, where it's like, here's all this exposition in the form of an interview or a talk show, and then, now here's the movie. And it's like, when did that, what is that? Okay, that was just so the audience understands something, rather than it being weaved naturally into the narrative. That's the only thing I don't like about that storytelling method. Other than that, I thought it was fine.
I think this is our boat, Captain.
Episode 2 has another cold open, non-related to the plot, so I guess you won't like that too. God. This is modern television, Justin. This is modern television,
These
my
kids
dude.
are enough to join the Scars.
Jeez.
Ooh, spoilers for episode 2 that aren't in the game, so don't
On the
read
bright
this if
side,
you care, Jay.
found
It's not
the
too relevant, but they
What's
could have
wrong
had
with
the
you?
scientist woman in
He's
episode
a
2 be watching it.
skeleton, he doesn't
See,
need
even
that.
that.
I just don't understand how anybody
Like, just
willingly
have
joins
her
the
in one?
Scars.
Bro,
Why not?
as I
Because
said,
they're
it's
an
the
insane
laziest
cult.
way to tell a
That's
story.
why.
It's like, the
Well,
TV saying this thing that no one's... The TV that no one is watching is saying this thing.
It's
like,
not the same.
Okay, then
I'm
why
just
am I
saying,
hearing it?
Don't say shit like that at the stadium, okay?
Okay, alright.
Wanna try those keys?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think I've said this before.
This one?
If I ever got the opportunity to write the Starlet show,
About...
right away, there's like
Got it.
TV tropes that I would just immediately break. Episode 1, I'd break as many rules as I could. Just so many rules, things that annoy me in television. I'd just break them all in the first episode. And it's funny, because that's what Joss Whedon did with Buffy. The first episode breaks a bunch of tropes that were popular in the late 80s and early 90s. But I'd literally do the same thing, just break all the rules right away. Tell everyone, hey, no, F you. This ain't your granddad's television show. They had DVR in 2003, right? She could have been watching it archived. Bro, for whatever reason, she's a scientist. That's the reason. You're right, though. Like, there's so many ways you could write that
Down
in.
there.
Come on.
How do these guys keep anything clean in the post-apocalypse? They don't even have running water. No electricity, no washing machines, no cleaning agents, no nothing. That's not true. We find bottles of alcohol everywhere. We see washing machines. Sure, they may not have running water, but
Just,
I assume they'd use, like, little
Roll it
water
down.
ponds that they find. There's ways around it.
You're good.
You just wouldn't smell good. I'll say that. The tropes of embracing boring. Which tropes? Jay's the ultimate hipster, always going out of his way to break any standard. That's not true. See, here's the thing. A hipster is predictable. I'm not predictable. Like, there's plenty of trends and tropes that I love. I love the 5-man band trope. That's my favorite
I'd love to meet
trope
you.
ever. I love good smoking versus bad smoking. That's another really interesting trope to me. I love
Not.
the 4 temperament ensemble.
Whoa. Get on in
I
here.
love, you'll notice that a lot of these are character things, though, I will say. Kadzu plot is a fun trope, and it's rarely ever done. Buffy just couldn't get through it, was what I was implying. She couldn't get through it. Have you watched episode 2? My point about laugh is about that woman in opening scene. I don't know if I should still say it, man, I don't care. I'll watch the show, like, I want to watch the show, so I can be involved with you guys.
Told you they were spotted.
And I want to do the Boomer Joel dubs. Igor requested that, so I want to do one per episode if I can get away with it. Wait, whoa, 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 who's this guy? I thought this was your dad. I must have looked away when they established that this wasn't. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, Abby understands. Look, Jay's on Twitch. No, you're not my type. You're much too scrawny.
Is it this?
You are like pixie stick. I snap you
This.
with my fingers.
You are disgusted by it.
Yes, your little man body disgusts me.
Come on,
Abs? As if you have any.
Don't be sorry. Talk to me.
Owen is her boyfriend. They all look the same.
I know all the leads have dried up. But
What's up, Lathan? How you doing,
I'm
bro?
still out there, you know?
Good smoking is when the meat is just salty and dry enough. Only you, Saints Flow. What's good smoking, bad smoking? Good smoking is when you have a heroic character. So it's basically when you try to establish a villain, you have them smoking. But when you establish a hero that smokes, it's usually saying this guy's gray. But it's an easy way to portray that to the audience without actually telling them anything.
You go ahead.
And they usually don't smoke immediately. It's usually much
What about
later.
you?
There's another trope too. A similar one where it's like flaws you shouldn't write into a character unless you want your audience to hate them. Another fun trope is audience. What is it? Audience alienating premise is
sorry.
another funny trope.
You already.
Darkness-induced audience apathy is another really funny trope. When the show gets too dark that you stop caring. Buffy season 6. I can name tropes like really fast. Because like I grew up reading the tropes page. Because fun fact, the TV tropes page, yes, that TV tropes page, started as a Buffy page. It started as a Buffy page. A lot of people don't know that.
Somewhere else.
That's how influential Buffy was.
Let's get off the roof before someone sees us.
I'm a writer. I've never heard it. Look it up. Yes, I laughed in episode 2 when the. Also, I love the 5 types of anti-heroes is another fun
don't know
trope,
what happened.
as well as the 5 types of
I gotta find
anti-villains.
him.
I mean, if you really killed Danny.
Fuck Danny. I'm jealous someone got to shoot him before I did.
Whoa.
Is I laughed episode 2 when the scientist says there's no cure, bomb the city. I mean, COVID-19 came around the scientific community around the world, pooled resources to at least give us a vaccine. I know they used a known framework, but still, surely in real life there are people working on cures for diseases that are no cures of. Oh, dude, they'd at least be trying to come up with some sort of prevention. Like, not prevention, treatment, my bad. Some sort of treatment, like something to extend your life.
I do appreciate you.
That is pretty funny.
Like this.
Long time no see. How are you, Lathan? It's good to see you. Good. How about you? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Today I feel really good.
Too many
Because you guys are
betrayals.
here,
It gets
and I'm
boring,
here.
sure.
We're all alive,
I'll rough it.
playing The
Aquarium
Last
too
of
icy
Us.
here.
Would you believe?
Following the sun, right?
Yesterday, before I started streaming today, I was like,
before.
what am I playing tomorrow? The Last of Us 2? Alright, cool. And then I'm like, did I
Manny,
just
please.
say that? Did I just say, alright, cool? I'm playing The Last of Us 2? What's happening to me? I guess because, like, I have you guys to socialize with, you're making this way more fun. It feels like I'm in a room with my friends going through this game, and that makes it a lot more fun, I gotta say. So thank you guys. You guys are making the stream what it is. And even if we disagree on shows and movies and all that, understand at the end of the day, I'm right and you're wrong. No. I appreciate insight that isn't mine. I love hearing you guys' take on things and why you feel a certain way about things, because that is just my life, man. I've always been fascinated by other people's perspectives. Just period. I've always been into that. So, never feel like you can't share your opinion, and never feel like you're being bullied out of your opinion. I love hearing what you guys have to say.
Nice.
What you doing playing this game? Jay's like 5% paying attention.
No. Whispering Spanish in my
Yeah, because
ear?
I'm dying here.
Hey.
That's private.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
This is your place?
Who are the people behind
How
TV
many
tropes?
sex
How
friends
is
do you have in
that
this
site so
DC?
good?
Okay, go around.
It started as a small group of Buffy fans, then it expanded into talking about all television, well, all media, because it's not even a TV thing anymore. But yeah, it started as a Buffy page, because Buffy was the show that was introducing people to what tropes were at the time. Now, they existed, obviously, but Buffy was pointing them out. The show is revolutionary, and it will never get the justice it deserves, I tell you. People will always look at it as, oh, it's just that dumb girl show. It's way more than that. On what screen? At the screen, and 95% talking with chat. Well, yeah, we might as well do just chatting, but I do want to finish this game. That's the thing. I do want to finish this. I'm committed, guys. We're finishing this game. Not today, but, like, we're finishing this game. If I chicken out, remind me. Someone clip this, so if I chicken out, just play this clip back to me. I know, but at least in the TV world, the first person they ask, just say, there's no cure, give up, bomb the city. Ask someone who would try. Yeah. It's like, oh, well, you're the smartest doctor. You can't be wrong.
Thanks.
For this?
Playing? What are you playing,
And
Lathan? Is that online? This game? No.
you're a good friend.
She really did just say bomb the city. That
You know, I can't
poop
handle
was
all this
nuts.
work.
When they are an expert in that field, no. Thank you for streaming. Oh, no problem, For. Also, hey, For. I know, I'm sorry I didn't greet you properly. Guys, this is For. This is a very valuable member of the stream, as you can see, by the VIP thing next to For's name. Always good to see you. I feel lost when you're not here, man. Because I'm like, is he still alive? What's going on?
Looks clear.
Speaking of apocalypse, the doomsday clock is 90 seconds to midnight. Let's party. Doomsday? For what? Did you say alright cool aloud and then... what? Did you say alright cool aloud then it would be weird? What would be weird? I feel my brain melting from the ending. The ending of what? Wonder what Jay would change in a Janiac rewrite about this game. That'll never be a video. I've pretty much stated what I would do. Marcus with a K, yeah. I pretty much stated what I would do in these videos, so I wouldn't make a whole video about it. I'll do more rewrites, though. There's some shows and movies I want to do. And even just character stuff.
Alright. Wish me luck.
When you find him, don't hit him too
Oh,
hard.
God.
I'll do my best.
Looks for Lum. Lum was here Monday.
Seriously, watch yourself out there.
See ya. Just
Marcussi.
oh, sunset.
What ending were you talking about, Saints Flow? The ending of this game? The Revenge Gang is so full of narrative shortcuts. The muscle girl, the Hispanic guy, the pregnant woman, the ex-boyfriend, the psychopath. Bro. 5-man band. It's my favorite TV trope. Whenever I see it in a show, I'm always happy. By the way, I finally started to watch your analysis vids, the ones with the new thumbnails. I'm making notes like when I listen to your music for the first time. Thanks. Hey, new song comes out next Friday. Do you guys want to hear the new song today? Yep, this game. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hey, how are you, Jonathan? How is everyone? Anyone who hasn't answered me before, how are you? How was your week? Did it suck or did it rock? Just answer that and then we'll expand. All right? I'm part of a 5-man band. It's called the Five Guys. The Five Guys. What you making? Burgers and fries? Honestly, my whole year sucks so far. Why is that? What sucked about it?
What is that smell?
Also, my next analysis video is supposed to be River City Girls. It's probably going to be a short video. But, man, replaying River City Girls 2, oh my gosh. There's so many things that just irk me about that game. Abby, you alright there? What happened? Why you do that? You made my favorite emoji a tier 1. Which emoji?
Yeah, no.
Also, my phone is lagging, BRB. Alright, no worries. It's been 3 years. I still love and hate this ending equally.
Nice.
Also, yes, let's hear it. You love and hate it? I'm so sorry. The wet one? Oh, snap. Oh, is that your favorite one? I'm sorry. I could switch it. What do you want me to switch it for? Last of Us DLC Left Behind will be covered in episode 7. I know this due to the subtlety that the episode title is Left Behind. The titles are out? What's the last episode called? Last episode's called Part 1. My week sucked. What? Like tradition, I'm heading to go things. I'm heading to go things with Fran. I'm okay, by the way. Heading to go things? What does that mean? My week sucked. Why'd your week suck? What happened? I can't use it. Don't worry, I'll switch it for you next time. Last video that I liked that I have not heard of the TV show before is Ranma's gender struggle. You liked the Ranma video? I gotta say, the Ranma community has been very supportive. I only made one video about Ranma. It's an anime I've always really liked, ever since I watched it, but it's followed me my entire life. And the Ranma community's like, yo, make another Ranma video. And I'm like, I should make another Ranma video. There's so many characters to analyze in that. And it's funny, because Ranma is a show where, like, all these characters love these other characters, and, like, no love is requited. And it's interesting, like, how they each express love. Like, some of them are really violent and stuff like that. Ranma's an interesting anime. Because the gimmick of the show rarely comes into play to the plot. Where it's a guy who can turn into a girl. But, like, rarely is that important to the plot. It's just a thing that happens. Every episode has a title come out except for the finale. Oh. Go do things. Okay, no problem. It finishes the sentence. Wait, what? Ugh. Ugh. Hang on. Just family arguments, problems with ordering my granddad's medication. Just overall feeling lethargic, and you know the rest. Why isn't it running? What the? Every episode has a title come out except the finale. It should be Look for the Light. I don't know what it is, though. Because the first is When You're Lost in the Darkness. Oh. Finishes the sentence. Gotcha. Its head didn't explode the other time. That's sad. Can you take it down? The So Wet. I love that one. Well, I'll do it for next stream because I'd have to like open my Twitch settings to do that. Some stuff about college, some inner problems, anxiety and stuff. Aw. How is college going otherwise though? Are your grades still good? Yeah, I did, but yeah, despite that I hadn't heard of it. Oh, Ranma, interesting. Thank you, by the way, for watching my new videos. Any video with the new thumbnail style are videos I care about. Just know that. Oh, I'll really... Okay, truth be told, any video that's in the J-Analysis playlist are videos I care about. Because there are Victorious videos in there. And there's one iCarly video. But when you've just killed a bunch of fireflies and they are now the bad guys, why have them be the focus of a title? And my week has been pretty great, because of the connection with Ellie. Titles are 1, When You're Lost in Darkness, 2, Infected, Long Time, Please Hold My Hand, Endured, Survive, Kin, Left Behind, When We Are in Need, and maybe it'll just be The Last of Us. Oh yeah, my therapist canceled on me. Oh, you were expected to see them recently? I think I saw you message that in Discord. My grades are okay. Anyways, I'm tagging out. Take care, you guys. Aw, Igor, I'm so sorry to see you leave so down. With the granite font. Yes, the best font ever. Don't at me. It's one of my favorite fonts. Just like Monotype. I use Monotype for my videos. Like in the video, it's Monotype. I love that font. It's cute. It's so generic, the title, I mean. Yeah. Well, what would you title them? What would you title the first episode? Love you all from the bottom of my Brazilian heart. Hydrate and stay safe. Thank you, Igor. What about your Canadian heart? Are we not loved through that?
What the hell?
Simply Brazilian. But it's okay. I know my luck will turn around. It's only a matter of time. That's good. That's a good way of thinking, Jonathan. Positive way of thinking.
Yeah,
First is
thank you,
perfect.
right.
I mean, infected is awful. Yeah, just infected.
These freaks are in our backyard.
Episode 2. Hey, yo, are these zombies? Episode 3. In your head. Make them all song titles. Just take a good quote from the episode. Oh, like Buffy? Where every episode title is in the episode. Playing as Ibby now? Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
How are you, Arson? Just take a good quote, LMAO. I miss when shooters used to count headshots as just one shot. What happened? Bro, Saints Row reboot made it. I love how Flippy illustrated this, where he's like, the headshot only counts if their health is low, which means the headshot doesn't count at all. Smart thinking. Now it just says point wet. Marvel thought I liked in one of the Ant-Man 3 trailers, they figured out a way to show the comic design of Kang with Blueface for a shot or two. I always appreciate that sort of effort. Tix's bingo card for Marvel Talk. I'm surprised we got this far without it. We were even talking about Tatiana Maslany earlier, and there was no mention of Marvel. Like, I believe I'm a good person. I believe there's a reason for everything. I know the universe has a plan for me and doesn't just want to flip the switch and boom, life suckery. Yeah, I find life is always on a tipping scale, my dude. For me, at least. It's like that quote, 60% of the time it works every time. Should have noped out the second I saw the health bars. Yeah, for Saints Row enemies, I know. To be fair, Saints Row the 3rd had health bars. What they didn't have was super armor. Which is ridiculous for a shooter. Oh. You're gonna make me sing the theme song while I'm sick? There's not enough people with originality, so here I am to save the day. Playniac. Can someone press the theme song? If you have enough, you're so funny. Millhouse eyebrows raised. Just had to start Marvel Talk when I arrived. Yeah, Arson, I know. Tatiana's too good to even be associated with her Marvel show. I know! And I'm noticing that the more I watched Orphan Black. It's pretty good. Got you. Thank you, Jonathan. Cheers. Cheers. LOL. Anyone? The cough. I feel sick today. I don't want to play games anymore. Can we play Hi-Fi Rush? Or like, what day am I on? Where's Igor? Where's Austin? Where are the two Last of Us 2 people? Where did Austin go? He was here 2 seconds ago. Does the game lag for anyone else? Okay, hang on. Let me check my bitrate. My bitrate's fine, so might be for you. I'll be the Last of Us 2 person. Go on, Arson. Austin, please, I love you. Austin, where'd you go? Anyone else hear the Wolf's Whistle song with the marker sound? What? I vote Hi-Fi Rush. Alright, we'll switch games shortly. Let me just finish this level. I will finish level. Oh, you know what? F it. We'll switch now. Do you have it downloaded? I do. I died for real. We were just saying, where's Austin? Alright, so I'm going to switch games. And I'm going to use the bathroom. But,